Welcome back to our 5-series YouTube videos on pledged politicians, general concepts. This is the most complicated and or tedious, maybe even boring subject. It's called Economic Theory Extremes. We have one book on business, 2 books on business. One of them details an in-between solution to economic theories that I won't go into here, but I want to show you some extremes that you will hear every political season about how to fix our economy. And I want to show you briefly how they're just polar extremes with a lot of problems. Some good in them, and you always take the good of every group, but a lot of problems that are never touted by those who advocate these. Let's start with the liberal side. Tax and spend. Print and borrow money. Spend money on infrastructure and entitlements. Hike the minimum wage up, so even if it hurts business. That's the general theory of tax and spend. The government never has enough money, so we need to tax you more. Even though we're 19 trillion in debt, we still need more money, even though most people can barely get by with their bills. Still, government always wants more. Insatiable desire for more money from you. Poster boy of when this actually worked, Bill Clinton. He happened to be a little more centrist than left at the time, and he also got the benefit of the dot-com bubble and globalization. So yes, the economy was wonderful under him at times, and we even had a surplus, but the circumstances were not normal. We don't have another dot-com where everything can go electronic immediately. Our whole market goes digital. Or globalization, where all of a sudden America doesn't just do business with itself, it does business with the whole world. That is a unique phenomenon. You can't replicate that. The positives, once again, I've said this in other videos, this belief is strong on helping struggling people and helping workers, not just the elites. That is a wonderful value. The negatives, freebies and handouts with zero obligations, too big and wasteful government, a devalued dollar, because when you print money, the value of the Benjamin in your wallet becomes less valuable, and humongous debt that can cripple a nation. How about on the conservative side? Less taxes, they always say less taxes and regulations. Well, their poster boy is Ronald Reagan. But his unique circumstances were the highest bracket of taxes on the rich was in the 70% range. We're nothing like that today. So they're always saying lower taxes. The way you hear them talk, if you just wouldn't tax anybody anything, we'd have a wonderful economy. We also would have no funding for any government services. And contrary to often stated conservative beliefs, government, not everything government does is wicked. They're for a balanced budget, wonderful thing. Lower debt, wonderful. Smaller government. They say no minimum wage, but if you think through that, they'd like to say that the market economy can solve everything. If you eliminated the minimum wage, I guarantee a competition for keeping our expenses low as a business would cause you to be paid peanuts, just above slave labor wages, because it would be legal. That's not a positive. Positives is they're fiscally responsible, they're not for waste or fraud, they teach self-reliance, and the economy actually grows when businesses are not burdened by government regulations. But at the same time, you should never unburden business so much that consumers are harmed. There's a balance to all of these things, which is the theory I will present in our book called Building a Billionaire Business. The negatives, it mainly blesses the rich. Too small and too uncaring a government. The rich already are blessed. Let's not deny that. They work hard for it. They didn't do it illegally in most cases. I don't begrudge them being rich. But you can't say that they are the needy ones in society that needs even more from government. They have it made. It's the other people, and from my religious perspective, those are the kind of people Jesus cared about, the ones that weren't sure to make it to the end. The strugglers in life. You can't just bless the rich. Let's talk on a few economic topics, and I'll get off this. Our whole book is on it, so you can read it later. Related to our economy, we have got to have the best education system, world class, and it has to get that standard applied to every student in America. We can't there are people that are challenged intellectually, motivationally. We've got to work harder and do better, especially in the urban schools, or the inner city schools, to get everybody a world-class education, because we are competing with employees from all over the world now. Taxes, the government should never tax any more than is absolutely needed to do essential and valuable government functions that the people demand. and the Constitution enumerates. You can see more about my constitutional take on that at our Facebook account.